Ferrari SF90 by WheelsBoutique. We did it again.
What's up guys, David Nussbaum at WheelsBoutique here. I'm gonna try and be as brief as possible because it's a scorcher here in Miami and I was an idiot and wore these funky looking pants that have me sweating underneath. It's pretty nasty stuff. But another thing that's pretty nasty, but in a good way, are these brand new Anarchy wheels. Now, this is the very first time that it has ever been on video, on YouTube, and any other platform of video uploads. Very first set from Anarchy ever with a carbon fiber barrel. Now, the barrel is made by Dynamag out of the UK. They're one of the suppliers for, I would say the largest supplier for carbon barrels in the world. They supply barrels for various other companies and OEM manufacturers, even aftermarket ones. And so now it's Anarchy's turn to get in on the fun, and they have this beautiful wheel that I had to call John Gutierrez, the director of operations at Anarchy Wheels, and ask him what is the name of this, because again, there's not even pricing, there's not even a name for it. So he said, call this the C-38. Now, C, of course, C designation for the word carbon fiber, and the 38 is gonna be the actual design of the center face. Now, keep in mind, Anarchy has a variety of different three-piece wheels with different faces. So just off the top of my head, they have 31s, they have 32s, 34, 38, 36, so on and so forth. This design, which is a 10 spoke, all the spokes are evenly split, is the 38. So traditionally that would be called the AN38 for the three-piece wheel, but now since it's got the brand new carbon fiber barrel, this is gonna be called the C38. Now, one of the reasons that I absolutely love this wheel is because on a car like this, for example, as you get up really close, almost every single trim piece, front spoiler, this little piece right here, the side skirt, we'll move on to the rear. Everything is carbon fiber on a car like this. So when you're looking at the car, you see an endless sea of carbon fiber. There's no breakup between it. So you have carbon fiber, and then boom, the carbon fiber, which actually matches the weave almost identically. Carbon fiber here, take a shot for every time I say carbon fiber in this video. I'm just very excited for these wheels. I mean, they come in a variety of different sizes, different diameters, different widths. On this specific car, we have 21-inch in the front and we have 22-inch in the rear. So the front should be a 21/9. The rear should be a 22/12.5. That will allow us to use a variety of different tires. Tire number one would be Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, which is what we have on the car here. The second would be Pirelli P0. Some fans of Ferrari F1. Pirelli is the partner for that race series, so some people prefer the Pirellis, but then Continental's also coming out with them. So the tire size is gonna be a 255/30/21. The rear is gonna be a 335/25/22. This car could actually fit up to a 355 in the rear with our correct wheel specs, but that's in a smaller 21-inch sizing. This customer wanted to do 22s on the car, so that's why we went with that. From factory, I believe it's a 315, so a lot more narrow on the factory wheels and tires. And honestly speaking, anybody that's seen this car in person, when you see the factory 20-inch wheels front and rear, it doesn't look proportional to the car. I don't care what anybody says. I know that that's a matter of opinion, but when you actually see a 21 and a 22, or even the 2021 setup, it looks way more proportional. Just because this end has all of the engine power plant, the batteries and whatnot, so it's a pretty large rear end, and this is the case for a lot of mid-engine cars these days. But enough of the outside. I'll get back to the wheels in another video. We'll go a lot more in depth with the Anarchy Carbon Wheel series. But I also want to give you guys a listen to this car. Now, everybody knows that this is a hybrid we actually have our Model S Plaid off camera. Now when this SF90 came in, it sounded like a Tesla. It's a joke that we make, obviously, because it's a hybrid, but this car with the hybrid technology, the turbos, an OPF filter, which is a filter that Ferrari is putting in for emissions purposes, those variety of different things really restrict the sound of this car. And it doesn't even come close to a car like the F8, the 488, or even going back to the 458, the legendary 458 sound. But we've tweaked it. So I'm gonna get in first, give you some sound clips. We'll hit the soft limiter. Hopefully we'll get some rolling B-roll footage so you can hear it beyond the soft limiter RPM limit, which I think is like 4,000, if that, maybe even lower than that. And then I'll get into a little bit more detail on how we got this car to sound like this. So you should have seen a couple flybys that I just did right now, so you can hear it at its full glory. Also, Marvin should have some before and afters of when it had the OEM system and when it had the Novitec system. So a couple of things that I wanted to go over with you guys. So I opened up the engine bay. You have to see how low this engine is to the ground. So I would assume it's for handling purposes. You know, the lower the engine is, the lower the center of gravity is, so the tighter the handling would be. On a 488, 458, F8, this engine would be like right up to here. So this is super cool when you see it, especially with the glass that they allow you to look into the engine bay. I know a lot of the cars that they're producing now mid-engine, they don't even allow that, like the McLaren GT, for example. You can't even see it, it's just everything is carpeted. So very, very cool to be able to see it. And what we did for this is the Novitec Performance Exhaust. Now, Novitec has a slew of different options, and I've geeked out and memorized every single one. So first and foremost, they have two different versions of muffler. Number one is the muffler that has what they call the flaps, or what other people would call valves, and there's a version that does not have it. So this one, of course, has it. In my hand, I have the Novitec Switchtronic. So what this does is you attach it to your keychain. You can open and close the valves with this, and we also have another one in the little center console area, you press it, and when you press that Switchtronic, it actually allows you to rev all the way up, even when it's in park or neutral or anything like that. And it's a really cool trick because this car from factory doesn't allow you to do that. So, first choice, do you want flaps or do you not want flaps? This customer wanted to be able to quiet it down whenever he wants, so he chose the flaps. The second option is, what material do you want? So Novitec gives you the option for this in stainless steel, in Inconel, or an Inconel with gold plating. Now, I think the Inconel with gold plating is a little bit of an overkill. Gold helps with heat dispersion, things like that. That's why you saw it on the McLaren F1. And then Inconel is a lightweight material that actually F1 teams use for their exhaust. They don't use titanium, they actually use Inconel. Obviously, those options go up in price, so stainless steel at the bottom, then the Inconel with the gold plating. That's the first two options. The third option is, do you want to mess with the car's factory catalytic converters? In this case, we did sport cats, but Novitec also offers completely catless, and they also offer don't touch it at all, which would be the factory cats. But traditionally speaking, on a car with forced induction like this, the twin turbo, if you don't mess with the cats, just replacing the muffler is not going to do a lot for the sound. So this customer wanted to go all the way. We did the sport cats, so that's on there. Another thing, Novitec has the Tektronic and they have the N-Tronic. The N-Tronic is actually a module that plugs into the OBD and actually gives the car a bump in horsepower. In this case, about 75 horsepower or so for this specific car. It also takes away the check engine light after you touch the factory cats, basically. Or you can do what this customer did, which is the Tektronic. So it's just a module. He didn't want to tune the car. It was plenty of power for him. So we did the Tektronic on this. So no check engine light. In my opinion, this is the perfect setup. Stainless steel with valves, sport cats, Switchtronic, and finally the Tektronic. So if you have any questions at all about Novitec's offerings for this car or for any other, let me know. As I mentioned, I geek out on this stuff. I memorize it, so I know every single option and can kind of recommend the best thing for each customer. All right, so that wraps up this video of the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. I hope that you guys had a really good time just watching me blabber on for a good 10 minutes. Got that secure. Let us know what you think of the SF90 Stradale. Check out our other video of the SF90 Stradale that we did with some HREs in green and then a black one with some Anarchies. I think we have those videos uploaded by now. So that's pretty cool. We've done a slew of these, but this is the very first time that we're actually able to do one with the exhaust here locally. So let us know what you think of the exhaust sound. Let us know what you think about the carbon fiber Anarchy wheels, what you want to see these wheels on another car, whether it's a McLaren, Honda Civic Type R. That'll be pretty fun. This car can get a carbon fiber wheel, but anyways, I digress. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends and your family so we can do more videos of this, and I'll shut up now. Let me press this button so I mute myself. See you next time.